So I wanted to share with you today how best to look after your Longchamp bags if you, like me, are a very proud owner of a Longchamp bag. Hello and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. If you haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, fab to have you here. If you have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you're enjoying my videos. I'm trying to be a bit more consistent and put out videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I might occasionally just throw one in there for fun. But if you happen to like my videos, please do consider giving them a thumbs up and also turning on the notification bell so you're notified as and when I post, and also subscribe if you haven't done so. So for those of you that have been on this channel for a little while, you know that I am a very proud Longchamp collector. I would say that the majority of my bags are Longchamp. Actually, they are very much the majority of my bags are Longchamp. And I like to buy mine in fun colours, often kind of lighter colours, which are a little bit more prone to damage. And I have exclusively a nylon collection at the moment. Critical word, at the moment, because when I was at Bicester, if you haven't seen that video, check it out, I saw the most beautiful shoulder bag. Now, the shoulder bag probably wouldn't be for me. I've got one tote, my Karl Lagerfeld one, I'm very happy with it. Don't need another shopper, don't need another tote, I'm all good. However, if I can see that in a top handle, we might be seeing a leather Longchamp. Anyway, here's how I would recommend looking after your nylon Longchamps. Now, there's a couple of things. On the whole, they are nylon. I have one that's also canvas, which was a surprise to me when it arrived through the post. I bought it online from the Regent Street store through the SA there. But the majority of mine are nylon. And the way that the bag is made up is that it's nylon, plus then you have the leather here, and then you have hardware as well. And a little bit of hardware, and then you have I think this is a plastic, and then you also have piping. However, the majority of the bag, of course, is nylon, as you can see. Now, particularly when it comes to a lighter colour bag such as this, I recommend just keeping a very close eye on it. Be cautious about where you take it. Be cautious about the materials that it comes into contact with. However, don't baby it. I never recommend babying your bags. Never save anything for best, because you'll just end up not using it. You won't get your cost per wear, and these are bags that are durable and they're designed to be used. The first thing I would absolutely recommend you doing when you carry a Longchamp bag is turning in the corners. So as you can see there, my corners are turned in on this bag, and the reason being, after speaking with one of the sales associates, she said that because it can get quite pointed at the end, it can start to create a hole in the corner of the bag. And I think Longchamp will fix that once for you, but they will only fix it once. So her recommendation was, if you can see the corners sticking out, and I will show you a picture of what that would look like, then just turn those in. It's far less likely that you're going to create that little rip or that little hole in the bag, and therefore you don't run the risk of it getting water in it or losing an item. I personally have bag organisers in all of mine, but you might not. You might not like having a bag organiser. You might not like the structure of it. So if you aren't going to have one of those, just turn your corners in. I would highly recommend it. Secondly, after every single use, I check them to see if I've got a mark on it. I check to see if I've got something on it. So as you can see, I do have a mark on it. I have one there, and that is okay. It's on the base, that's to be expected. It doesn't have feet. I've got one there as well. It's a light coloured bag. I'm not going to wig out over it. I'm not going to stress myself unnecessarily. However, I would recommend, if you do notice marks like that, you try and get at them with either water and a soft cloth, or you can buy the nylon cleaner. And the nylon cleaner, you just buy it from Longchamp itself. They give it, whenever I've had it, they've given it to me in a dust bag like so, and it looks like this. Now, it looks like some bizarre solution, and the bottle itself, I mean, they really didn't put that much effort into the branding of this. However, it's an excellent, excellent nylon cleaner. And what you can do is either use the dust bag, which I have done in the past, or you can use a light coloured cloth, and you can get at the stain as and when you need to. So I would highly recommend this. It's about £7 or £8 from memory. I have a couple of these, and if you notice a mark, then you can have a go at it. So For example, we have this mark here, and I could have a go at going over that, or the ones that are here, I could have a go at those with the nylon. Now I will insert some footage of me doing that. I'm not going to do it now because you probably can't see that very well, and I do apologise. There is a fly on my recording device right now. I've also been having a bit of a nightmare with spiders at the moment. If any of you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen today's spider saga. Oh, it was intense. It was sleeping in my bed, which is so creepy. I'm not normally bothered by spiders, but the fact that it was sleeping next to me and thought that we were in some way like pals, we were that close. No, no, no. I don't have anyone sleeping next to me. I don't have a friend, I don't have a man, I don't have anyone sleeping next to me, so I certainly don't need anything with 8 legs sleeping next to me. Ooh. Absolutely not. Anyway, that was very off topic. So I would recommend turning in your corners, I would recommend having a nylon cleaner, and I would recommend just giving your bag a check every time you use it, particularly if you rotate bags, because otherwise you can get a stain on it, go away and not use it for a significant period of time, and then the stain sets. So it's always better to get at it earlier on if you can. And the nylon is very receptive when it comes to cleaning it. Now, the third thing that I would personally recommend, and this is as much for style as it is for care, I would recommend putting scarves on the handles. Now, I've been saying for weeks, whenever I've shown this bag, that I need to retie the scarf. I have not done so. I will retie it. I promise you I will. Actually, after I finish filming this... Go away! Sorry. Sodding fly. Oh, and it's just come back again. I would always recommend putting a scarf over these. The reason being that you can get dirt on your hands can be oily, that can transfer to the leather of the bag, that can seep in, or it can discolour it. Particularly if you've got a colour like this, which is a little bit lighter. I don't worry quite so much with my darker bags. I have a dark green, I have a dark pink, as you probably know, or I have some of my bags that have a black leather handle. I don't worry about those so much because the colour doesn't damage in quite the same way. Something like this very light yellow or a light blue, a light pink, it's going to show any dirt anywhere a little bit more. So I would recommend just putting some scarves around the handles. Your choice as to whether you do 1 or 2. On the whole, I have 2. On this particular bag, I only have 1, but that is simply because I need to replace the scarves so that I can have a matching one. Or I might get a yellow one to just coincide with this. But I think that Longchamp bags are incredibly easy to look after on the outside. They're also incredibly easy to look after on the inside. So as I mentioned, mine has a bag organiser in it. As you can see, I've got a hot pink organiser and then I have the white lining. Now that is incredibly easy because if that happens to get marked, so let's say you're not using a bag organiser, again, just get a damp cloth, put some water on it and rub over it. I've also used a teensy amount of detergent, so potentially washing up liquid or something. I've used one that's not got a particular colour in it. I actually use a Method one, quite a light coloured one. Not that I think washing liquid would stain, I don't think the colour would transfer, but just in case, I tend to use one that's got a lighter colour, maybe a lemon or a yellow, just so that it kind of blends a little bit more should it stick for any reason. But I've never had that happen, and I would only ever use washing up liquid on the inside of the bag. I would never use it on the outside, and I only use the teensiest amount. But it's just enough to wipe away any stains. Also, if you've had anything in here that could potentially create an odour, this also helps to remove any odour as well. Now, in terms of the bags, how I store them, my top handles are out on a shelf, they have their bag organisers in them and they sit on the shelf. My travel bags are folded, they're poppered and they're left. Now, something to consider is that if you leave them folded for too long, those creases, when you do get them out, can be quite hard to get rid of. So that's why I happen to leave these out just with their bag organisers, because it helps keep a little bit of the shape and helps to remove some of the creases. My travel bags, I don't worry about that quite so much, but it's just something to be conscious of, that if you don't want to have creases when you're using the bag, you probably need to unfold it and stuff it for a little bit just to work those out. It's the same as clothes. Essentially, nylon is a fabric. So let's think, if you had your clothes folded, they're going to have a crease in them, aren't they? If you left them folded for, let's say, 3 months because you've not picked them up, they're going to have a crease in them. This would be absolutely the same. So it's just something to consider, and a recommendation from my side, if you can, is to either leave them stuffed or to leave them with a bag organiser in them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, I hope this has been useful, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.